Hello, and welcome. This is a story from long ago, from ancient Ireland, before we had the advancement of the written word. A story passed down through the generations, from mother to daughter, from father to son. And now today, I would like to pass this most amazing story on to you, my dear friends. A story about our most revered female ruler, the vibrant warrior Queen Maeve, who in Celtic mythology was known as the warrior queen of Connacht. Once upon a time, in a land at the edge of the known world, was born a little girl. The year, 50 BC, the place the county of Roscommon. Her father, Eochaid Faidlage, was the High King of all Ireland. Maeve grew up in the court of the High King to be a strong-willed, ambitious, cunning and promiscuous woman, and was an archetypal warrior queen. Throughout her life she was married several times. The first of which was when her father, Eochaid, married Maeve off to Conchobar MacNessa, the King of Ulster, because he had killed Conchobar's purported father, the former High King of Ireland, in battle. She bore him a son Gleilin, but the marriage was an unhappy one, and she left him. Eochaid gave Conchobar another of his daughters, Enya. But Maeve murdered her while she was pregnant. Her son Fabriqué was born by posthumous caesarean section. She had now stepped over the line, and became a sworn enemy to King Conchobar. She fled back home to Roscommon, and to the safety of her father. She was soon to become queen to another province in Ireland, the province of Connacht. How Maeve became queen of Connacht, and married Ailill Macmata is told in the tale Cath Boyne, the Battle of the Boyne, also known as Maeve's Manshare. Eochaid deposed the then King of Connacht, Tinny Mac Conry, and installed Maeve in his place. However, Tinny regained a share of the throne when he and Maeve later became lovers. Conchobar raped Maeve after an assembly at Tara, and war ensued between the High King and Ulster. Tinny challenged Conchobar to single combat, and lost. Eochaid Dalla of the Ferdomnan, who had been Tinny's rival for the kingship, protected the Connacht army as it retreated, and became Maeve's next husband, and King of Connacht. Maeve demanded her husband satisfy her three criteria, those being that he be without fear, meanness, or jealousy. The last was particularly important, as she had many lovers. While married to Eochaid Dalla, she took Ailill Macmata, chief of her bodyguard, as her lover. Eochaid discovered the affair, challenged Ailill to single combat, and lost. Ailill then married Maeve, and became King of Connacht, although she had several husbands before him, who were also kings of Connacht. She and Ailill had 7 sons, who were all called Main. She ruled from Cruachan, now Rat, Croghan, in County Roscommon. She was now the enemy, and former wife, of Conchobar MacNessa. The most famous and best known of Maeve's adventures is known as the Cattle Raid of Cooley. Maeve had insisted that she be equal in wealth with her husband, and started the Cattle Raid of Cooley, when she discovered that Ailill was one powerful stud bull richer than her. She discovered that the only rival to Ailill's bull, Finn Ben Arc, was Torn Bow Cuilnge, owned by Dara MacFiachna, a vassal of Conchobar's. She sent messengers to Dara, offering wealth and land in return for the loan of the bull, and he initially agreed. But when a drunken messenger declared that if he had not agreed, the bull would have been taken by force, Dara withdrew his consent, and Maeve prepared for war. An army was raised including contingents from all over Ireland. One was a group of exiles from Ulster, led by Conchobar's estranged son, Cormac Condlongas, and his foster father Fergus MacRoich, former King of Ulster, and one of Maeve's lovers. Because of a divine curse on the Ulstermen, the invasion was opposed only by the teenage Ulster hero Cuchulainn, who held up the army's advance by demanding single combat at fords. Maeve and Ailill offered their daughter Findabair in marriage to a series of heroes as payment for fighting Cuchulainn, but all were defeated. Nevertheless, she secured the bull. However, after a final battle against Conchobar's assembled army, she was forced to retreat. Doncuelnge was brought back to Cruachan, where it fought Ailill's Bulfin Benarch, killing him, but dying of his wounds. Also, throughout the Torn Baucuelnge, Maeve had several encounters with Cuchulainn, in which he kills her handmaidens, and the place in which they were killed is then named after them, which illustrates the importance of landscape throughout the text of the Torn Baucuelnge. Examples of this occur when Cuchulainn slung a stone and killed a pet stoat as it sat on Maeve's shoulder by her neck, south of the ford. Hence the name, Meath Togmail, or Stoat Neck, and when he kills Maeve's handmaid, it is said that he slung a stone at her from the heights of Coon and killed her on the flat place that bears her name, Loch Reed. Maeve's behavior further illustrates the importance of the landscape when she goes to great lengths to permanently alter it to show her contempt for Ulster. She preferred to cross the mountain by leaving a track that would show forever her contempt for Ulster, to make the pass of the Torn Baucuelnge cattle. Out of jealousy for his affair with Maeve, Ailill had Fergus put to death. In his old age, after Conchobar's death, the Ulster hero Conall Cernach came to stay with Ailill and Maeve, as they were the only household capable of supporting him. She asked him to keep an eye on Ailill, who was seeing other women. Finding Ailill in flagranti, she ordered Conall to kill him, which he was happy to do in revenge for the death of Fergus. However, the dying Ailill sent his men after Conall, and he was killed while trying to escape. In her later years, Maeve often went to bathe in a bathing pool at Inchclrown Island, on Loch Ree. Furbide sought revenge for the death of his mother. He took a rope and measured the distance between the pool and the shore, and practiced with his sling until he could hit an apple on top of a stake that was positioned to the exact height of Maeve from that distance. The next time he saw Maeve bathing, he put his practice to good use and killed her, in a final insult, with a piece of hardened cheese. She was succeeded to the throne of Connacht by her son, Maeneth Remail. According to legend, Maeve is buried in Maev's Gan Maeve, a 40-foot-high stone cairn on the summit of Knocknara in County Sligo. Supposedly, she is buried upright facing her enemies in Ulster. Her home in Rathcrogan, County Roscommon, is also a potential burial site, with a long low slab named Mescawn Maeve being given as the most likely location. She is believed by some to be a manifestation of the sovereignty goddess. The term denotes a goddess who, personifying a territory, confers sovereignty upon a king by marrying him. Maeve of Connacht is probably identical with Maeve Leth Derg, the sovereignty goddess of Tara, and may also be linked with the Morrigan, a figure from Irish mythology, associated with war and fate, especially with foretelling doom, death, or victory in battle. She may be the inspiration for the fairy Queen Mab, found in William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, and in other stories too. So today this wonderful woman's story lives on, not just here in Ireland, but around the world, in many guises. In December 1971, the central bank announced its intention for the new banknotes in preparation for decimalisation. Servicon, an Irish design company, was employed to design the notes of the denominations 1, 5, 10, 20, 50 and £100. The green £1 note had a portrait of Maeve. It also featured a pre-Christian geometric design, based on those found on a bone slip, and was used on the note. The background is an excerpt from the Táin. The reverse had a decorated excerpt from Leban H. Uedra, the oldest surviving Irish manuscript, or the Book of the Dun Cow. It is an Irish vellum manuscript dating to the 12th century. It is the oldest extant manuscript in Irish. It is held in the Royal Irish Academy and is badly damaged. Only 67 leaves remain and many of the texts are incomplete. It is named after an anachronistic legend, that it was made from the hide of a dun cow by Saint Ciaran, of Clonmacnoise. The £1 note was removed from circulation from June 1990 as it was replaced by the Irish pound coin. This note was the final £1 note to be circulated, and it was the first note of Series B to be removed from circulation. And that, my friends, is the story of another strong female from Irish history. Thank you so much for joining me. Goodbye for now.